All right, chat. Since the last time I did a video like this, it did well. 11 of the most horrifying Fallout creatures. Let's get into it. Fair warning for the YouTube frogs, I will be interrupting a lot, and the link to this video without my reaction is in the description. Leave a like or Mr. Beast will never give you money. Exactly. That's actually fire. Oh, no. Why is this underperforming for my boy here? Yo, KrazyRabb1t, I'm sorry it's underperforming. I'm sure it'll get popping eventually, bro. Okay, dude. No swears, dude. We're trying to get this monetized, chat. Okay? No swears! No swearing!
11 of the creepiest creatures in Fallout. Let's go.
Let me rewind.
11 of the creepiest creatures in Fallout. Let's go. Found only
Let's go.
in Fallout 4's Nuka World DLC, bloodworms were originally aquatic creatures found in the Atlantic Ocean. Following the Great War, they mutated to become adept to not only land, but dry and dusty environments as well.
Damn, chat. Bloodworms love your mothers.
They are roughly the size of an adult human and have a terrifying burrowing ability very similar to mole rats, and even more terrifying is that they will sometimes even inhabit dead bodies of larger animals such as Brahmin to ambush their prey. But if you do pay close enough attention, you may be able to notice that the corpse is slowly twitching and bulging, which is a pretty good indication that you should stay pretty far away. Now, despite having a creepy appearance that might trigger a few hidden phobias, bloodworms typically do not have a lot of health and are very easy to deal with. Yaoguai are best compared to the American black bear, which these creatures originally mutated from. Named by descendants of the Chinese held in the camps before the Great War, the Yaoguai still bear some distinct characteristics of the American black bear, mainly the massive hulking build and terrifying claws, and top it off with ghost...
Chat, imagine you're in the apocalypse. Imagine you're in the apocalypse and you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, yeah, I gotta go for a little tinkle. I could go for a little tinkle. And this is what you flip and see. You see out in the wilderness, chasing after you.
Eyes and next to no fur, makes this one of the scariest creatures to encounter. Now, not all Yaoguai will attack on sight. In Fallout 3, wasteland scavengers can be seen traveling with some Yaoguai, proving that at least...
Would enjoy this pinning me down 7.5 out of 10.
Some of them can be trained or dociled. But don't be fooled by that, because Yaoguai can be seen attacking Deathclaws, proving that they have no fear or care for their own safety when it comes to their prey. Now, encountering a wild Yaoguai in combat, they will present a moderate challenge, especially for those not prepared for their speed, immense attack power, and high damage
and huge
resistance. In Fallout 4, they also have a powerful staggering effect that can pose even more difficult for melee attackers. Arguably, one of the most terrifying aspects of these creatures is that they don't take increased headshot damage, meaning regardless of the approach,
Good morning, Austin.
you might have a tough time defeating a Yaoguai. Based off the real-world salamanders, Gulfers are found in Fallout 4's Far Harbor DLC, Fallout 76, and they even have a pretty terrifying cameo in the Fallout TV show. Gulfers on the East Coast were created by years of nuclear fallout and the persistence of the fog, also known as Adam's Veil, by the Church of the Children of Adam. The East Coast Gulpers are mutated from the Hellbender Salamander, while the West Coast Gulpers have a much more darker story.
What?
After the Great War, experiments were being done in Vault 4 to hybridize humans and rad-resistant creatures.
No.
They did this by impregnating women with genetically engineered embryos.
What? Nah, y'all gotta watch that with me too again. No, you gotta watch that with me too again.
Creatures.
OMG me, bro. There is literally whole toads flying up in her coochie here, chat.
By impregnating
Look at this.
Woman with genetically engineered embryos after the uprising.
Dude, they're running a frog train on her. They're running a Froggy 107.5 fresh train on her, bro. What? Best part of the show? Nah, we need to lock this dude in containment, bro. No, there's no way dude just said best part of the show. Nah.
By impregnating women with genetically engineered embryos. After the uprising in Vault 4, the Gulpers managed
And then she shot one of these things out her hoo-ha.
to escape and nested in the flooded areas around Hollywood.
Wait, let me back up, dude. I'm missing it. My bad, dude.
They did this by impregnating women with genetically engineered embryos. After the uprising in Vault 4, the Gulpers managed to escape and nested in the flooded areas around Hollywood. No matter which Gulper you are facing, they are large, terrifying creatures that can put up a decent fight in combat. They can utilize their environment to launch...
Yeah, my boy, you getting messed up right now. I apologize. I'm not sober. It's okay. I still love you. Chris, is it worse if I tell you she's birthing them? That's what's happening there. No, actually, I think that makes it a little bit better. I thought they was running a train on her. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They're like, yeah, we really need to get her impregnated.
Launch heavy objects at enemies, such as cars, and you'll even find them hanging from trees, waiting to ambush unsuspecting wastelanders. And even on top of all that, they can also slowly regenerate health. Their evolution from cute, harmless salamanders to gigantic...
Why was he in his tidy whities shooting them, huh?
Genetic abomination really adds to the creepy aspect of these guys. As a Florida man, I have a personal connection to gator claws. I just think they're freaking awesome. Found exclusively in Nuka World, gator claws are the result of Dr. Darren McDermott using old world technology long after the Great War to try to provide himself some organic security. He did this by mixing chameleons and American alligators. Who would have thought that that would have ever turned out to be a good idea? I don't know. He wanted something that could protect the Nuka-Gen replicator, but what he created was way too ferocious and impossible to control. After being attacked
And then they my bad.
by his own creation and mortally wounded, he left a message pleading to anyone to shut down the replicator.
8.7 out of 10, no elaboration. Yo. You already know, dude. Amara has a crazy deviant art account, bro. This dude has some of the wildest shit you've ever seen on the internet. This is what I see when I take Benadryl, Perks, and Advil at the same time. Oh, I want one.
Which had begun producing gator claws.
Yeah, sorry, I think you and Amara want one of these things for different reasons.
At an alarming rate.
RFK?
Survivor at the Safari Adventure Replication Facility. This is my final recording. I've done something horrible. The thing I created, the thing I called the Gator Claw, they must be destroyed.
Yo, chat, what if instead of death claws, they were called freak claws and they just sucked on toes?
They can't be tamed. They can't be controlled. Their sheer ferocity is like nothing I've ever seen. And now, the Nuka-Gen replicator is out of control. It's producing them at an alarming rate. Please, somebody, anybody, find my passcode, or Dr. Hines. Shut down the replicator before it's too late.
These gator claws will present a challenge in combat as they are pretty comparable to death claws.
Damn, bro, he got that unk stance. Check this dude out. He got that unk stance right here.
A challenge in combat as they are pretty comparable to death claws.
I messed up my hip in 94. You need to lay off the Newports.
And even stronger in some instances. However, there are only...
Your final challenge. Lay off the Newports. Oh, hell no, Mr. Jigsaw.
19 basic gator claws found in Nuka World, and they don't respawn. And there is even a quest that you can do relating to stopping their continued production, which will eradicate them completely. Although gator claws can be eradicated from the game entirely, it still doesn't change the fact that giant mutated alligators that walk around and kill anyone they see is absolutely terrifying. And with a lot of talks about the next Fallout maybe being down south, I think there might be a high chance that we see some more gator claws.
Oh yeah, in 2035 at the earliest? Oh, you mean in 2040? When I get to experience that shit and see it with my own eyes because they throw me inside of a VR suit with VR goggles on and I feel every single thing? Yeah, that would be cool.
A Vault-Tec experiment gone wrong would explain majority of
Gary, haven't we heard about this so many times already, bro?
on this list, but none more than Gary. The dozens of Garys found in Vault 108 are all products of a cloning experiment within the vault, which produced a small army of increasingly violent and deranged copies of one former vault resident. These clones are hostile to everyone and everything except other clones, and the only word you will hear coming out of their mouths is their own collective name.
Gary.
Gary.
And there is one
I
exception.
don't know what you're talking about. This is just me off of 3 Smirnoffs, okay? This is me in the squad off of 3, or did I say 3? I meant 7. 3's about accurate, though.
Times as they are dying, they will spout words of defeat upon their death. These guys definitely have a huge scary factor, but they're not that strong and really only have numbers. But even then, they're typically spread all throughout Vault 108, and only a few of them are actually armed. And speaking of Vault 108,
I could take 20 Garys in a gangbang? Yo, JLBK, what are you saying right now, dude? That's wild. Would not fuck at all unless monster or mutated dick -5 out of 10?
as you progress through Vault 108, you can find the cloning log holotape, which is at first corrupted, but once properly translated, it reads, Gary 53 is hostile towards all non-clones, as was the case with the previous 52 attempts. We may have to consider a means of disposal of the pre-existing Gary clones, as the observation rooms are getting quite full. Gary 54 exhibits no change in hostility toward non-clones. If anything, he is even more hostile. Dr. Peterson can attest to this, having been injured while examining Gary 54. Tomorrow we are going to dispose of several of the Gary clones, which will leave room for many more attempts. Also in Fallout 3, there was a cut holotape labeled interrogation log that was a little disturbing.
Gary? Listen, son, I know we're going low. I'm sorry. I really am. Gary? Hey, Gary? Right. You can drop the ad for now. I'm not here to hurt you. Gary? Look, just remove the pit boy, and we can part ways. Gary! Gary! You know what? Fuck this. Hand me that saw. And turn off the recorder.
Hand me that saw?
Gary.
All right. Damn, bro. They got what they deserve.
Gary.
Gary. Okay, I need bed. I'm pantsing out at my desk. Have a good night. Happy 4th, everyone. Yes, sir. Austin, sleep well, brother. Twisting my words like that, I will get Kendrick Lamar on you. I swear to God, I got him on speed dial. Yo. On God, Slat? Thank you for the 20 bits, by the way, brother.
Gary.
Gary. Here's a silly boy. I'd do drugs with him, but wouldn't fuck him.
The lobotomites found scattered throughout
What?
New Vegas's Old World Blues DLC
Oh my God, Amar about to get mad freaky with the lobotomites, bro.
are a byproduct of terrifying science experiments in which former research facility residents or wastelanders were collected by drones and taken to Big Mountain, only to have their vital organs surgically removed and replaced with electronics, and their brains completely destroyed or lobotomized, thus the name. This was all done to keep the
Jay!
inhabitants of Big
What's up,
Mountain
bro?
inside and not let the secret get out, as only a brain in a human body could get past the radar fence. They were meant to be able to use the Tesla coils put into their head to operate normally, while their brain functions remotely. However, there was a problem with the Autodox programming, which instead destroyed the brains, rendering everyone a mindless shell. They now roam Big Mountain as hostile, brain-dead killing machines, wearing what is basically a suit of flesh. They walk around the Big Empty, collecting random objects, and worshipping a toaster as seen in the cuckoo's nest.
What?
And according to Dala, if left alone,
Hey, man, why are we making them sound crazy, okay? I worship my air fryer. What's the big deal, okay? What's wrong with a little prayer to an electronic device from time to time, dude? When my computer won't boot up fast enough, I'm like, please, computer, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Goth Mommy Bot 224, please. Please. Please don't die on me. Sorry, bro. I named my computer before I got into a relationship. I don't make the rules, bro.
43% of the time, lobotomites will either fight for dominance or inject bodily fluids into each other.
What?
Looping, yes. It is a scientific fact that hormones drive a percentage of lobotomites into recursive behavior patterns.
What?
It varies according to the number and density of lobotomites that have infected an area. In 43% of observed cases, two lobotomites left alone will fight for dominance or inject bodily fluids into each other's orifices. Unsanitary.
Like peeing and pooping or like nutting? What do we think?
The lobotomites are left to endlessly wander around Big Mountain, only ever being used by the think tank to clean or become guinea pigs in more experiments. The machinery and electronics inside of them
Fight for dominance? Oh, I'm in. All three? Yo, what?
make them
That's
quite,
okay, I'll just break it? Yo, what?
quite durable in combat, but they typically don't have any further intent other than to kill. Lobotomites are also shown to know how to operate basic weapons and firearms and are able to attack in groups. And occasionally, as they are attacking, you may hear them shout this.
I don't know. Me and the lobotomites kind of got a lot in common. We worship an electric device that cooks things. They shit, piss, come, or kill. They don't have much brain activity. I don't know, dude. Me and the lobotomites sound exactly the same, bro. You have unfortunate news? What is it? What's this one? Ghost people?
Found in New Vegas's Dead Money DLC.
Tom McDonald? No, be so for real right now.
The ghost people roam the villa sections of the Sierra Madre, shambling around and attacking intruders with makeshift spears, bear trap gauntlets, and
Did he release it for the 4th?
improvised explosives. Before the Great War, Frederick Sinclair built the Sierra Madre as a luxurious resort for the wealthy elite. Or at least that's what it was at face value. It was actually a gift to
Yep, what the fuck? 9.4 out of 10?
protect the woman he fell in love with, Vera Keys.
Aw.
However, when the bombs fell, the casino was sealed off from the outside world, becoming a trap for anyone who entered its premises, due to the toxic cloud surrounding the Madre. And this toxic cloud
Joey, what's up, brother?
originated from Big Mountain, created by Big Mountain's Z43 Innovative Toxins Plant. Sinclair needed funding and technology, and in exchange, Big Mountain gained a testing ground full of unknowing people. After becoming aware of the toxic cloud by the workers, Sinclair reached out to Big Mountain, who offered the use of the chemical hazmat suits, which was another experiment unknown to Sinclair. The workers at the Madre had unknowingly become test subjects in multiple experiments. The suits
Yes, Jay, yes. Even though it's gonna extend our react time into like the 5-hour mark, but I'm so down.
were bulky and hard to move in and made talking very difficult, so they resorted to sign language to communicate. While investigating the cause of the toxic red cloud, the workers found that the gas would corrode the metal on the suit's lock, allowing the gas to slowly seep in. After the Great War erupted and many of the Madre's inhabitants were massacred by holograms, the Madre's infrastructure slowly started to break down, allowing more and more of the cloud to get in. Now, it's not entirely known how the ghost people came to be, but it would seem that the workers, desperate to survive, all put on the hazmat suits that they would only become trapped inside of. And after years of being trapped inside, constantly touched by the cloud's decaying and
Constantly what by the cloud?
race, they would eventually become ghost people. Now, ghost people are not completely gone when it comes to intellect. They can be seen setting traps and ambushes and setting bait to lure their prey. They have also mutated to become incredibly hard to kill. Shooting or stabbing them only renders them immobile for a limited time, until they start twitching and slowly rise again. It's best to take their limbs off or completely destroy them if you want them to stay down for good.
What?
The scariest part about the ghost people is that they don't reproduce. And some people say that instead of killing their prey, they'll drag unwilling victims deeper into the cloud, strap them into a hazmat suit, damning them to the same fate.
What?
Residential area, clinic, police station. Should keep away from the police station. It's a ghost people hang out. Ghost people don't come into the villa much. West Town and East Town, though, they're thick with the cloud and ghost people. Like hunting grounds.
Found in the Point Lookout.
I'm refraining from saying too much. Guys, I'm going insane. Yo, what? Why? Come on, bro. That's your thing. You say too much. Come on. Give me some W React content. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to, bro. My bad. Sorry for encouraging it. My bad, dude.
DLC for Fallout 3,
Swamp
folk
folk?
are mutated humans with large, deformed bodies that are not only the result of radiation exposure, but also centuries of inbreeding. By 22...
All right, bro. Why are we doing this to West Virginia right now? Okay, what the fuck did West Virginia do? Huh? Oh, was this a precursor to Fallout 76? Huh?
77, they live in the swamps and are extremely hostile to any outsiders, with the marsh folk being the only ones able to trade with them.
That one family from YouTube? Yeah, that one? Yeah. From West Virginia? Yeah.
Even before the Great War, the people of Point Lookout were extremely isolationist and hostile to the outside world. The swamp folk culture can be traced back to Constance Blackhall. Using the Kerbecni, she wielded influence and power over the swamp folk. Using this same power, Blackhall extended her life even after the Great War, holding power over Point Lookout for quite some time. Eventually, the Kerbecni was taken from her and she would end up dying without her power. The book would find its way back to the swamp folk, and even in 2277, the swamp folk performed the same
Ooh, something that being Outlast? Yeah, actually, real as fuck.
bloody rituals installed by the Blackhall family many, many years ago. They would torture innocent people to their deaths at their sacred ritual site, where they keep the Eldritch Tomb, all while chanting incoherently, mimicking their ancestors whose original meanings have all been lost to time. Being somewhat smart, the swamp folk are seen attacking in groups, hiding their faces to make headshots more difficult, and setting traps and ambushes for unsuspecting victims.
Yo, what? Why is my Uncle Larry here, dude? Leave Uncle Larry alone, bro. You serious right now?
Tunnelers are one of the scariest creatures found in Fallout,
Imagine shoving one of them up your butt.
as these reptilian-human hybrids lurk in the darkest areas of the Divide.
All right, what freaky shit did they do? What freaky shit did they do in a vault to make these things, huh? Yep, 9.9 out of 10. Well, how is that not a 10 out of 10? What's throwing you off here?
With their distinctive glowing eyes and extremely sharp teeth. Found only in the Lonesome Road DLC for New Vegas, they present a solid threat to even the strongest of couriers. And their backstory is...
They eyes? You don't like it? They have a certain glow to them. Smash. Yo. Don't worry, Chris. That's just my theory? Wait. Theory and girlfriend? Yo, what?
Complete mystery. Ulysses speculates that they may be the result of the Great War, heavily mutating them, adapting them for life underground. They would then live underground for nearly 2 centuries until the courier blew up the Divide, unleashing them.
Tunnelers. Predators that make their own roads beneath the ground here.
No, I'm uneducated.
Divide broke their sky, showed them the world above, and the scent of new prey.
But luckily for everybody else, they can't stay out for too long due to their extreme light sensitivity. So fighting them with flashbangs will make your life a little bit easier. The Tunnelers also reproduce very quickly and hunt in packs, which are dangerous enough to take down a Deathclaw.
Seen them tear apart Deathclaws. Deathclaw might get some, but the rest will swarm it, tear it apart, like Denver hounds.
One of the creepiest things about these guys, though, actually comes from Ulysses' speculation that they will expand into the Mojave and pose a great threat to it.
They'll start emerging throughout the Mojave in time. Might be years, probably less. They fast, hunt in groups, more than enough to bring down the strongest in the Mojave, once they draw blood.
The Y-17 trauma harness was one of the many technological wonders
Damn, they're freaky like that?
created at Big Mountain. They ultimately ended up as another horrifying threat roaming the wastelands featured in Fallout New Vegas. The suit was designed for ground warfare and was intended to take control of the user and automatically return them to a home base once they sustained enough injury.
What's up with the skull emoji over here? Why is he standing upright?
However, due to an error in the design, these suits would not be able to distinguish when the user had died or not, and many of them didn't have a designated home base. These two things combined meant that these suits would carry around dead bodies for over 200 years, wandering aimlessly, unaware that the user it was designed to protect.
Man, dude, imagine smelling one of them things right around the time it died. It's just flesh falling off that thing shooting at you.
Had passed long ago. However, there is a darker story behind some of these suits, as some soldiers and scientists were injured in these suits without an established home base, meaning the suit walked them around aimlessly until they died of their injuries, or even worse, walked them around until they succumbed to dehydration over the course of many days. Luckily, one of the endings to Old World Blues has the Autodoc finding a way to deactivate the suits, finally releasing its captives.
In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200...
Smelling what? Smelling their rank pussy, Josh. Is that what you wanted to hear? Huh? Is that what you wanted to hear? Is that what you wanted to hear me say? Huh? Huh? Is that what you want? I was talking about their decomposing bodies. But no, for just Josh P, it's gonna be for their nasty pussies. I just busted?
years.
Encountering these suits in old
Busting a nut to this. Sorry. I would kill myself, but it's America's Day. Okay, I don't want to tarnish it.
Old World Blues can present a dangerous
Chris is just a reaction stream tonight. Doesn't make a difference to me, by the way. I'm just wondering. Chris Dev scratches his ass and then pretends to scratch his nose after so he can smell it. That's fucking disgusting, okay? If I'm gonna do some nasty shit like that, I'm gonna own it like a man. I'm gonna go, I just scratched my butt and now I want to smell it, okay? But that's fucking disgusting, dude. And guess what, dude? My butt doesn't stink, okay? I use fucking wet wipes. Maybe it smells like blood because I'll be wiping that shit too hard sometimes, okay? Let me smell the yeast infection and everything. Are we done messing around, dude? Dude, any YouTube watchers that like actually want to know about this are gonna be so mad at us. But like for one or two people, I just hope that they're like, holy shit, these guys are so funny. Or like at least like, okay, this was funny enough. I'll drop this dude a follow. Because if I heard this shit on YouTube, I'd be dying. Bro polluting the West Virginia sewer system with dude wipes, common liberal. No, dude. No, dude. No, I did not. Because the fucking people who provide the water in the town that I live in, okay, they said don't even flush tissues down. Only flush toilet paper because our system is weak.
challenge.
They are not gonna like that pipe bump. Never mind.
Not only can they take
In
a
Minecraft.
beating, but you'll sometimes find them equipped with very powerful weapons, such as heavy incinerators and Gatling lasers. So just because they look like a skeleton in a suit, doesn't mean they're a pushover. If you ask anyone who played Fallout 3 or New Vegas, at an age they probably weren't supposed to be playing them, they'll likely tell you one of the scariest
Yo, what in Tusk is that?
they encountered.
OMG, yes, 1,000 out of 10? Oh no, we gotta lock you up. We gotta lock you up. You're a danger to society, bro.
In both games were the horrifying
If your score to fuck these creatures is 1,000 out of 10, yeah, you need locked up.
The West Coast centaurs were created by the Master. They would toss random animals and even humans into a vat of FEV and see what abomination came out. Similarly, in the East Coast, centaurs were created by being infected with the FEV in Vault 87. Vault 87 was eventually turned into a research center to study the effects of FEV on humans. Eventually, the super mutants managed to escape and overwhelm the security force and take over the vault. Super mutants would then kidnap humans from all over the Capital Waste and
throw them in there?
Drag them unwillingly back to the vault to be mutated. Centaur's appearance consists of a horrifying jumble of arms, legs, teeth, and tentacles, all stuck together on a walking hunk of flesh that spits.
Where'd the tentacles come from? I'm wondering. Wieners?
Radioactive acid at you. The centaurs are typically accompanied by super mutants, where they act as guard dogs of sorts.
What? Damn, bro. Imagine rolling up on somebody. They like 9 foot tall, big and green. And then this thing's just fucking barking at you. Like, calm down, boy. Calm down. Whipping his tentacles all over the place and shit.
They act as guard dogs of sorts. They don't make any noise, meaning it's not too hard for them to sneak up on unsuspecting wastelanders. But they are quite weak and kind of easy to dispose of. Despite this, no matter how easy it is to take on a centaur, you'll likely never forget its horrifying, anguished face after your first encounter. That has been 11 of the creepiest creatures in the Fallout universe. Let me know which one you guys think was the absolute creepiest.
See, me personally, I would have dicks sticking out of me if this was me. I could take on one of these so easily.
For me personally, it's got to be a tie between the Y-17 and Ghost People. Just something about being trapped in a suit is just terrifying. But you know what's not terrifying?
I got 3 holes to put all tentacles.
My beautiful Patreons, we got Brian Hahn, Person, Dirty Dan, Fat Lucky Potato, Icy Storm, B-Rad the Man, Giovanni Diaz, Mayall, G-Daddy Smackdown, Forg, Ty Mulan, and Henry Heiberg. If you want to be a Patreon, link is right down there below in the description. Patreons get videos early.
Chris, I could take you in a fight. I could take you not in a fight, big boy. What the fuck? Chris, I got my girlfriend watching with me. Why would you type that with your girlfriend watching with you, bro? You little fucking freakazoid? Freaked J should be your name, dude. You just be sucking on toes and making gay jokes.
Early and are just better than everybody else. That's it. Leave.
Oh, okay, Daddy. Why did I say that out loud? That was fire. Are we gonna... Yo, let me read the comments, dude. Let me read the comments. The Gary clones are truly the most disturbing human enemies because they took over the vault and wiped out the non-clones for not being Gary. Centaurs, for me, they look straight out of Resident Evil. If you ask me, the Deathclaws from Fallout New Vegas are terrifying because they move at fucking Mach 5. Cazadors are also high up there, but behind Deathclaws. Anytime I see one of those guys spraying at me, I panic and enter TGM into console commands. Yo, mini, is it Jake? You're not getting a like from me, bro. You're a bitch. Stand there and take that spanking like a man. Trappers will always be disturbing to me. Harbormen wandering too long in the fog train. Turning to insane cannibals? Yo. My favorite zombies YouTuber has now become my favorite Fallout YouTuber. Oh, that's awesome. Should have added some of the cryptids from 76 Wendigos, Snellygasters, and Mothman are prime horror material. What did he say to this? Those are being saved for a different video. Ooh.